UFC 316 is just a few days away. And as excited as I am for the main event, and I want to talk about that briefly, by the way, before I jump into this fight, but I am, let's say, just as excited for the co-main event. And I want to tell you, first of all, why I'm excited about the main event. At main event, everybody is crapping on O'Malley versus Merab. But if you think about it correctly, you should be more excited for this fight than the initial fight. I think a lot of people are wondering, oh, Sean O'Malley's not going to be able to do anything different. Merab's been so dominant. It's going to be the same fight. Nothing's going to change. And therefore, people have lost interest. But in fact, if you think about it, now that Merab has established himself, Justin and many other people now think that Merab is the greatest bantamweight of all time. After beating Umar, after beating Sean O'Malley, after beating that whole laundry list of everybody in the division on his way up. So if that is the case, now Sean O'Malley was favored last time. Now he's not. This is a much bigger deal and a much bigger fight. If Sean O'Malley can actually pull this off, this will be a massive upset, which is very interesting since, again, the first fight he was actually favored to win. And there is something majorly different. The training has been different. What Sean has been able to do, the grappling, which he was essentially unable to do when he fought Aljo and when he fought Merab, he's been doing that the entire camp. At least if we take him at his word, he had the successful labrum surgery. So I think it's a very different fight. I think it's very exciting. Not the point of this video, but I wanted to state that off the jump. Now, let's get to this fight because I've heard other people say that they're more excited for this fight than the main event. And let me at least say, I'm not going to draw a comparison, but let me at least say why this fight is so dang exciting. Number one, Kayla Harrison is a true star. She's comfortable in her own skin. She's funny. She's really intelligent. She's super dominant. She's just awesome and a fan favorite. And if she's not a fan favorite in your eyes or particular fans' eyes, I think it's just because you haven't taken the time to actually get to know her and listen to her interviews beyond just watching her fights. Her fight style alone is exciting and impressive, but if you listen to her interviews, I think you'll really see what a special fighter, once in a lifetime fighter that we have with Kayla Harrison. But why this fight in particular is so absolutely exciting is, again, the matchup. You need a good dance partner, and Julianna Peña is the ultimate dance partner. I did this press interview in Media Day where Kayla Harrison was interviewed. I think she breaks it down and explains exactly why Julianna Peña is the perfect opponent for the title fight for Kayla Harrison, because she is, well, I'm going to let Kayla Harrison describe her in her own words, and we're going to talk about it. But this fight is so exciting because of the trash talk. I think the presser tomorrow is actually going to be amazing. I think her and Julianna, if they do it correctly and they actually let them speak and talk and go back and forth without interrupting the verbal melee, which they seem to be doing lately, this presser is going to be one of the best pressers ever. And we're going to talk about the whole thing in this video. So first, I've got a couple of clips, and we're starting off with this one point, the first point, why this fight is so incredible, because Julianna Peña is the ultimate villain. And as we've seen so many times, the perfect villain makes for the ultimate fight. Floyd Mayweather, even though Conor lost, was the ultimate perfect villain, where Conor got to go at him and beat him up verbally, and nobody minded because Floyd Mayweather was so hated, and it blew up to this incredible fight. Every time we have this dichotomy and we have this perfect villain that just goes out on a limb and is absolutely crazy, a little bit annoying, etc., it actually creates a buzz. Colby Covington, as much as we say negatively about him on this channel, he's a great villain because people love to hate him. So again, this is that perfect example. Let's jump into the mix with Kayla beginning to explain why this matchup is so incredible and this fight is going to be absolutely unbelievable.
You say it's not personal, but it seems like the fans are very much behind you. Have you kind of felt that?
I have, yeah, I have, and I'm so grateful for it. I feel like Julianna is the perfect villain to, I guess, make me a hero in people's eyes. I think before, everyone's like, oh, she's, I don't know if it's my dominance. I don't know if it's because I am so, like, physically strong looking, but I feel like a lot of, or maybe because I haven't been in the UFC for very long, but I feel like a lot of people weren't too keen on me, and now all of a sudden it's like I'm America's sweetheart, and I'm just gonna take it and run with it.
And, you kind of said it, like, Julia's not good at fighting, so she has to sell a fight. And we've heard that before, but yet she keeps winning. So I guess, what is it about Julianna's style that gives people problems?
I mean,
she goes on to give her some props here in terms of what makes her as successful as she been. One of the things that she mentions is her unorthodox style, the fact that she's really gritty. But before I'm not going to jump into all of that. I think this is going to be an interesting fight, and I don't think we should write Julianna off. I do think Kayla's going to win for sure. well, to fight, anything can happen, but I feel confident that Kayla's going to win. I feel Kayla's confident that she's going to win. But I thought it would be interesting to talk a little bit more about what makes Julianna such a perfect villain. And I think I have a handle on it. I know Justin said on our last show that he thinks Julianna's annoying. I think maybe people find that to be the case, I guess. But this is not me just jumping on the bandwagon and trying to beat up on Julianna. I'm trying to understand why she seems to be so disliked. I think I have a handle on it. I've been trying to analyze it objectively without throwing any low blows, but it's her type of personality. She's super, super vocal. Like Kayla is too, but Kayla will be vocal when pressed, if that makes sense. Kayla's just like, it's that friend vibe, right? Like you see her and you're like, man, I want to be friends with her because she just seems cool. She seems like a good friend. She seems like a good person. And Julianna, tell me if you guys agree or disagree. She gives me that vibe that she's the type of person, at least this is the type of person that I don't always want to be around. And maybe Julianna's an amazing friend, amazing person, but I just theorizing that she's the type of person that will jump into a debate where she feels strongly about it and will just go off the chains and just argue until she's blue in the face, but she doesn't have any real understanding of the topic or the issue. I'm sorry if that comes off as insulting, but that's the vibe that I get from her. Like she's just so ready and willing to jump into a debate and just yap without having any substantive foundation that I think it rubs people the wrong way. I wonder if you guys feel the same way, or if maybe your distaste for her stems from that feeling or from that vibe that she gives off. But anyways, regardless, she's a big talker. I think that people call shenanigans on a lot of the things that she says, so that can be aggravating. And yeah, but the fact that she won't back down and she keeps coming at Kayla, and on top of that, Kayla is so beloved. She is the perfect villain. So whatever people want to say about Julianna, man, this fight is so perfect. And everybody wanted Julianna to win because they knew that this buildup will be incredible. So stay tuned. This presser tomorrow, I think, is going to be really, really good. And we've had a lot of very mediocre pressers. This one's going to be great. All right, moving on to our next point. We have another spot here where Kayla mentions, again, I think, why this buildup is so interesting and what's going to make this fight so great is this constant barrage of trash talk. But I love Kayla's like subtle jabs back at Julianna. I think Kayla Harrison, even though Julianna's the one that's talking 10x times more, I think Kayla is so precise. She's like a sharpshooter with the crap talk and with talking smack. So I think she hits the nail on the head. This is a perfect example of how she just throws little subtle but like perfectly timed jabs back at Julianna. Check this out.
Do you think this may have been the most trash talk you ever had to deal with, and how did it kind of affect you throughout the past couple weeks or months?
I mean, I think hands down, this is the most trash talk. I mean, I don't need, like, the talk itself is trashy. I don't know if it's good trash talk, but it's trashy. This is the most I've ever had to endure. Yeah, it's the worst trash talk I've ever had to endure too. I'll tell you what, like being a female, being in a male dominant sport, like going to American Top Team, you think I don't hear shit all day, every day? I walk into the gym and they're starting to, but this is just poorly done. And I'm ready to fight. I'm done talking about it. I'm ready to fight.
It's too good. It's too good, but it's true. I think that it's just so much. I don't think it's particularly good either. I think the whole thing that she's trying to bring up about the steroids is really lame. And actually, I think it's like, I mean, it could be libel. You're throwing out these accusations that could actually impact your career, and you have no foundational basis for us. Like, I don't know at what point. I mean, I don't think you would ever actually get sued for libel in a build up to a fight. That'd be ridiculous. But I'm just saying, I don't know. It's not. It's her trash talk is not my cup of tea. But I love it because it gives Kayla Harrison the opportunity to come back and smash her at her own game. So from that perspective, I really like it. But yeah, I think she's right. Again, what's trash talk? It's a battle of wits. Like, let's be honest, Kayla is actually, you can tell she's really, really smart. And I think she's got the edge and the advantage there. Again, why it's a perfect dance partner. It's like somebody, I think, maybe who's less intellectually savvy, but just talking and yapping so much that it gives her tremendous opportunities, like little lobs for her to boom, spike down and lay down these amazing verbal slams. So, man, it's so good. It's so exciting. I can't wait to see it. Plus, it's not even that I think it's going to be a crazy brawl, like it's going to be such an amazing competition. We don't know who's going to win. I think everybody kind of feels as though Kayla Harrison is going to be all around dominant, all around superior as a fighter. Obviously, it's a fight. Anything can happen, but it's not that. It's like when you have this perfect dynamic of the beloved hero and the hated upon villain, people just want to see the hero win regardless of the quality of the fight. It's magical when you have this for fans. We just want the outcome that's probably going to happen, and that just makes for a really great fight and a really great co-main event. All right, let's go on to the final clip where she throws in this last little jab. I don't even know what the point of me showing this to you is in terms of my argument for getting super hyped for this fight. But again, just a nice illustration of Kayla's very subtle yet powerful verbal jabs during this build-up. Check this out.
Like she seemed to bring up the Ronda thing kind of like apropos of nothing. Like,
Yeah.
Do you think she was trying to get in your head a little bit with that whole?
I mean, I don't know. I would not want to spend a second in that brain. So spaghetti at the wall.
What are your memories of that match? I mean, it's obviously one of the very rare times we've ever seen.
Guys, talking about the Ronda Rousey match, I guess when they fought when they were 15, that Julianna is mentioning, and she was 15 when she fought Ronda in a judo match and lost. And I don't know, but I thought I like that little jab at the other. Hey, she tried to get in your head. I don't know, because I don't know what's going on in her brain. I don't want to spend a second in her brain. Again, it's just perfect. Well done. Great work from Kayla Harrison. So we shall end on that. That's the last clip. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys also as equally excited for this fight as I am? And when I say I'm also very excited for the main event. It's not to put this fight down. I'm just saying both fights are great. And I think the main event is highly, highly underrated here. You guys need to, we'll see. If I put money on Sean O'Malley, if Sean O'Malley wins, all you guys talking smack about this fight, I mean, then you obviously have to eat your words. Now, if it's a great back and forth and Merab wins, I think that would still prove it to be a great fight. And I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I mean, we shall see, but I think you guys are going to be surprised that that's going to be a high quality, very exciting, and a really, really fun back and forth fight. But coming back to this fight is going to be incredible for all the aforementioned reasons. Let me know if you agree. I can't wait. I've been waiting for Kayla Harrison to come to the UFC for so long. Finally, she's here. Now she's finally fighting for the championship, and she's doing it at a crazy difficult weight class. So the entire story is going to be amazing. The fact that she had to cut down to 135 to even compete in the UFC, which she had never done before. She did it for the first time ever successfully, has done it multiple times since. This is her one battle. She's got to make weight on Friday morning, and then here we go. All her dreams can be achieved this Saturday. Let's go. The perfect villain. Do you guys agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.